Any books you recommend? I have links to my favorite books in the description, I believe. Are any book by Robert Greene? Amazing, amazing. Any book by Robert Greene will bless you. You understand? Any book by Robert Greene. Art of Seduction is my favorite book. Nothing to do with sex. Something to do with sex, but that's not the point of the book. The point of the book is to understand how the mind works. Once you understand how the mind works, you realize you have access to so much more, and like even just building rapport with people. Those basic principles, they get you so much further, even in your professional life. Again, it applies to sex, but seduction is not purely with the end goal being coitus, sexual congress. If I want someone to say yes to an answer or a question I'm asking, how do I get them to say yes? What if I know they're prepared to say no, so I ask them a question that requires their answer be no? If I know a woman's prepared, in most cases, if I know a woman's prepared to reject me, just because she's used to rejecting a lot of people, I know she's ready to say, no, thank you, no, leave me alone. What if I asked her a question that I want the answer to be no, such as, would you mind having dinner with me? She now has to think. It's simply understanding how the mind works and knowing most people are walking around, especially like, for example, the mall. You walk through the mall and people are all in the middle aisle trying to sell you something. Hey, sir, can I see your nails? Can I see your shoes? They're all trying to sell you something. I walk around with my headphones on. I'm busy. Leave me alone, bruh. Leave me alone, bruh. You walk through and you're trying to get where you're trying to go. You notice how a lot of them would immediately ask you a question just to get your attention. Hey, sir, have you heard about this product? And it's an innocent question because they're not asking you to buy anything. They're asking you to engage in conversation. If you answer that first question, you're done. You're done. So I usually don't answer the question. I just headphones on. Because if you engage, you're done. They got you. Because you don't want to be rude once they got you engaged in the conversation. So our seduction really highlights a lot of human nuances, human tendencies, as far as most people are already prepared to say no. So learn to ask questions that require the answer to be no. And you'll trip a lot of people up, and you'll trigger their critical thinking to where you'll get a lot more answers of your liking by simply asking a different kind of question. Asking everyone you see, can I get your number? You're going to get a lot of no's, a lot of yeses. It's going to be diverse. But would it be crazy if I got your number? Would it be so inconvenient if we had dinner? Would it be crazy if me and you start dating? It's a different kind of question. And most people don't want to be rude. So I'm like, no, it wouldn't be crazy if we went on a date. It wouldn't be crazy. But you trigger a different part of someone's mind where they actually have to critically think to answer your question versus, can I get your number? That's not creative. Can I get your snap? That's not creative. I'm like, how do you pronounce your name? It's just a different question, especially if they got a name tag on. That's a beautiful. How do you pronounce your name, bro? It's different. It's different, and it triggers a different part of the mind. So, art seduction is why I love discovering how the mind works. Hence my, foreshadowing, or I might go into psychology or what have you, as far as just understanding more and more about how the mind works and learning how to apply that to my everyday social interactions, where I don't have to. What if it was easy to interact with people? How would that look? What if seduction was easy? How would that look? What are the people that are good at seduction? What do they do? Oh, they're all fit? What? The people that are best at seduction, they're funny and fit and handsome and beautiful. That's easy. Their hygiene's on 10. You basically want to take away every excuse to let somebody say no. You remove all the excuses, bro. You stink. That's an easy fix. Go wash your behind, bro. Easy stuff like that. And a lot of that might not be directly spelled out in art of seduction, but that's just how my mind works. I tend to read between the lines and kind of extrapolate from certain principles. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. And then of course that applies to this, and this, and you're able to expand from there. So any books by Robert Greene, genius. Scary mind he has.